Hello and welcome, Number Hunter 91 here, and we have the final results of the OCG Structure Deck poll. You probably guessed the two that will be coming from the thumbnail, but we'll run through the full results. Been a little bit of a shake-up to the list to my previous video, which will be linked down below as well. So the results of the next structure deck, in the end there can only be two. Okay, so out of the 10 that there was, they're picking two to turn into structure decks. Fair enough, that's about right. So the results are as follows, and they give the percentages as well. This is quite nice. So I'm just going to go straight to the list and the pie chart. So, with 19.20% of the votes, Ice Barrier came in first, followed quite closely actually, 18.83 with Cyber Style, which I'm a little intrigued as to what they're going to do with that one. Third, with 17.48 of the votes, was Gusto, and then it dropped off drastically to Trickstar in fourth with 8.91%. Morphtronics in fifth with 8.35%. Karibo with 7.97%. Kaiju's 5.47%, followed very, very closely by Star Seraph with 5.44%. So literally 0.03% between them. So that's what, one vote? Possibly. Tour Guide 4.99 and Super Heavy Samurais with 3.36. So Ice Barriers and Cyber Style, if you hadn't guessed by my thumbnail, are getting a structure deck each. What on earth they're going to do with Cyber Style, I'm not entirely sure. Obviously more information on them will come at a future date. This is what I've woken up to, basically, this result. So excuse the messy hair and the tired look. I'm going to quickly go through what Ice Barriers currently have and what Cyber Dragons currently have, because it's Cyber Dragon based. If I bring go too far. So if I bring up this picture and zoom in, that's a Cyber Dragon on the right hand side. So yeah, they're getting what, a third, possibly fourth structure deck. Not entirely keen on that. They've had at least two structure decks already that I'm aware of. With their most recent being the one that gave us Cyber Dragon Nova. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. Not going to lie, I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Ice Barriers, I'm looking forward to. I want to see what they do with it. Obviously, when that comes out, I will be purchasing it. When it finally comes out in the TCG. Because unfortunately, I can't read Japanese, or Chinese, or Korean, so I can't get OCG cards. Well, I can, but they're no good. They're not that good to me because I can't read it. And I'd have to sit there and get the translations for every single card to work out what I want to put in the decks and what I don't. Going onto the pie chart, look. So you got Ice Barriers on this top lit up circle, Cyber Style just underneath. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. They haven't bothered putting in the rest of the names because they're only worried about 2. Oh wait. So let's have a little look at what ice barriers currently have, and I'll be putting links in the description for profiles from the previous video that I'm using again. So we have General Grunard of the ice barrier, General Gantala of the ice barrier, Medium of the ice barrier, General Raiho of the ice barrier, let's get me words correct, Dei Shoujo of the ice barrier, Royal Knight of the ice barrier, Samurai of the ice barrier, Dance Princess, Strategist, Sacred Spirit, Pilgrim, Numbing Grub, okay, Spellbreaker, Shock Troops, Geomancer, Warlock, Defender, Cryomancer, Dewdark of the ice barrier, Prior of the ice barrier, Secret Guards, Caravan of the ice barrier, and Blist, Defender of the ice barrier for the monsters. And then I've currently got 3 spells, which are Magic Triangle of the ice barrier, Medallion of the ice barrier, and Mirror of the ice barrier. And then I've only currently got 4 extra deck monsters. So are they going to give ice barriers XEs, fusions, links? Because you got them possibilities. Traps would be quite nice to try and help round the deck out a little bit. And I'll show you that a bit more in a sec. For their 4 extra decks, you've obviously got Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Everybody knows about Trishula. This is the one that you used to be able to hand loop alongside Cyframe Lord Omega with, and basically destroy your entire opponent's hand before they even get to play 1 card. Gungnir, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Brionek, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, which is actually a Sea Serpent Dragon, Sea Serpent, but they all have Dragon in their name, not going there. And then Jiloran, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier, which is a beast. So we've got 6, 6, 7, 9. I'll be interested to find out the lore behind ice barriers as well. Actually, I might do a little bit of research. So going on to the ice barriers deck that I have. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got these set up perfectly because last time I had these all set up on Dueling Book, which I have still got. I just haven't opened up the tabs for it. So, being a predominantly water deck, there are some cards that work brilliantly within it. So the profile that I've got here is 2 Secret Guards of the Ice Barrier, 2 Defender, 2 Prior, 2 Strategist, 1 General Raiho of the Ice Barrier, 1 Dasojo of the Ice Barrier, 1 Medium of the Ice Barrier, 2 General Gantala of the Ice Barriers, General Grunard of the Ice Barrier at 1, Fortune Fairy Sui. It's basically just an extender. When you draw this card, you can reveal it, special summon it from your hand. If this card is special summoned from the hand, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, banish it until the standby phase of your next turn. So you can with that, you can either banish one of your opponent's problem monsters, if it can be targeted, or if you want to protect one of your own, you banish it until his next standby phase. So I quite like the sound of that. And then 2 Lapis Dragons, again extenders, and it's also a really high level tuner. Medallion. Then onto the spells, we've got 3 Medallion of the Ice Barrier, which is the Ice Barrier rotor of the deck. Basically, it searches all the Ice Barrier monsters. So there's 3 monsters in this deck that it can't search, which are the 2 Lapis Dragons and the Fortune Fairy Swee. Everything else, the entire top row and the first 4 cards on the second row, Medallion can search. Brilliant. Love it. 1 reasoning, because you're playing different levels. 1 instant fusion, just to help you with your Synchro and XE's plays. Monster Reborn, 2 surface. Target 1 level 3 or lower fish, sea serpent or aqua monster in your graveyard. Level 2, level 3, level 2. So you got 6 targets for it. Aqua, aqua, aqua. Beautiful. 3 salvage. Target 2 water monsters with 1500 or less attack in the graveyard and add them to hand. Brilliant. Love it. They're all water. 2 Mask Change 2s. This is a little bit of a fun one. And you'll see why when we get to the extra deck. 1 Foolish Burial. It's a water deck playing Mariah Greed at 3. It's a water deck. This in combo with this is brilliant, because you just go, okay, you got salvage and Mariah Greed left in your hand, so you go salvage, add 2 back, Mariah Greed, shuffle them back into the deck and then draw 3. So you've automatically +1 off of that. And I suppose technically you might have +2, because you're plussing 1 off of salvage and then you're plussing 1 off of Mariah Greed. But you're not really +1 off Mariah Greed, because you're shuffling 2 back. So you're equalising out your hand. But overall it is a +1. Twin Twisters. Regeki broke because they wanted a discard outlet. That could be any other trap if you really wanted it to. And then 3 Solemn Judgments. I'm not going to lie, I've got a feeling that most of this deck's actually quite budget. So, as I said, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with a structure deck. Going on to the extra deck, I've got 1 Masked Hero Vapor and a Masked Hero Acid. They're for the Mask Change 2s. These next 3 can be any 3 fusions as long as they meet these level requirements. So a level 5, a level 4 and a level 3. As long as you meet those 3 level requirements, I just went with these 3. Man-Eating Black Shark, because it's a water attribute. Mud Dragon of the Swamp, it's a water attribute. Unfortunately they're not addable by salvage back to the extra deck, which is a little bit of a shame. But and then the level 3, there is no level 3 water fusion, so I found out. Carrying on, we have number 47 Nightmare Shark. You could in theory put a Behemoth Shark in here, but it would be very situational. You could even put a Totally Awesome in here. Again, situational, because obviously the level requirements. Tyrius, Keeper of the Genesis, just for rank 5. And then I've put all 4 Ice Barrier monsters in. So we've got Brionek, Deloran, Gungnir and Trishula. And then, just to finish off the extra deck, we've got Stardust Dragon, Giganta Castle, Leo and Black Rose. So overall, it's not too bad of a deck. I've still yet to play test it, because unfortunately I've been back at work now since last Thursday. So I'm coming up to a week that I've been back at work. So unfortunately I'm not getting as much time as I have been. Moving on to Cyber Dragons. The only things that the Cyber Dragons are missing are synchros. And technically they're both missing ritual monsters as well, but I don't really want to see them go down that route for either deck. I'm not going to lie, I don't want to see them go down that route. Cyber Dragons, most people know Cyber Dragons by now. If not, go to the video that's linked down below. I'll go through some of the cards that are available. Excuse me. So for the profile that I've got, you got 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Core, 3 Hers, 2 Nutster, 3 Galaxy Soldier, 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 DD Crows, a Jizukiru Star Destroying Kaiju, and Gizmet Kaku, the Supreme Shining Sky Stag. That's a mouthful and a half first thing in the morning. It's a mouthful and a half to try and read out any time of the day, to be honest. And then you got 3 Cyber Emergency, 3 Machine Dupe, 3 Lightning Storm. Can change those if you want to try and budget this down. Sorry, 2 Lightning Storms, not 3. So you could change those. Regeki in a Dark Hole, for instance. 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Cyber Repair Plant, 1 Overload Fusion, 1 Cyber Rev System, and 1 Cyber Load Fusion. And then you've got 3 Infinite Impermanence, again if needed. You can change those. And 2 Cybernetic Overflow. So if you needed to make this a bit more budget, get rid of the Lightning Storms and change those out. Get rid of the Imperms and change those out if you wanted to try and make this budget. The extra deck's not too helpful with regard to trying to get budget, but it's doable. It is doable. You have Relinquished Anima, Salomon Great, Almirage, Verte Anaconda. That's currently sitting about 20 British pounds to 23 British pounds, I think it is currently on eBay. I'm trying to get hold of one myself. I want it to try and drop a little bit more before I go and purchase it. Nightmare Cerberus, Cyber Dragon Sieger. Might as well, you need to have your own archetype link in there. Nightmare Unicorn, Access Code Talker, Cyber Twin Dragon, Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, Chimera Tech Fortress, Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, and then Double Nova, Double Infinity. Pretty bog standard Cyber Dragon deck, to be honest, these days. You could potentially switch out the DD Crows, but that depends on the meta. Ash is always good. Obviously your Lightning Storms and your Infinite Impermanences, if you don't have them, do change them. You could easily go for like a Monster Reborn and a Regeki, or a Monster Reborn and a Dark Hole for the 2 spells, and go for the Solemn package instead of the Imperms. There you go, there's one idea for you. So yeah, let us know what you think of these results down below. I will be putting the links to the 2 decks and the article and all my socials down there, down in the description, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.